Yes, this meeting is being recorded. So thank you so much. I'm Bernardo Moya, founder of The Best You, author of The Questions, CEO of NLPLife Training. And look, I'm going to share what I hope is my experience and very interesting and I believe important and vital information for the personal development world. I've been doing this for quite some time, and I'm going to share a little bit more about myself. This isn't about me. This is about us. This is about us. This is about what we believe in, which we're very passionate, I believe, about personal and professional growth. And I think that we have some very exciting times and opportunities ahead of us. So I'm going to try and make this as engaging as possible. I will stop several times. Please feel free to ask any questions. If I don't see your question at the time, please ask them again. As I said, I've got Michael here with me. He's in my team, Michael Salter. Feel free to connect with him directly, send him a direct message. And if you wanted to find out more, you want to schedule a call with me, with Michael, please do so. I'm going to put those links at the end because I'm really here. I've been doing this for a long time, but I'm really here for you. I'm really here for you. So please feel free to connect with me and please feel free to ask me any questions. All right. Now, I know a lot of you might be watching this as a recording. Again, you'll have all these contact details and these links. So I'm going to be sharing a share. I'm going to just share a portion of my screen. So please let me know that you can see it. Janie is a purpose social entrepreneur. She's joining us from Oxford. Sonia Moulton from Richmond, London. Thank you. YouTube host and podcaster. Great to have so many people with such a variety of things. So please, for now, can you just tell me, I'm going to be sharing my screen. So let me know, please, if you can see my first slide, my presentation. Could you just please put yes in the chat? Can you do that for me? Can you just tell me that, I'm not speaking to myself, that you guys can actually see it? I want to make sure that everyone can see it. Yes, 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 yes. Great. Okay, so the first slide says the future of personal development. Great. Gail, Marco, thank you so much. I really appreciate you letting me know. There's nothing worse than trying to share something and no one's actually seeing it. So I'm Bernardo Moya. I am as I said, CEO of NLPLife Training, founder of The Best You, author of The Question. And look, I've been doing this for a few years now. And what I wanted to do here today was obviously just to share a few ideas which I think will help you. So my experience, just to summarize very, very quickly, background as an entrepreneur for quite a few years now, over 35 years, 37 years. I was born in London, Spanish parents, brought up in Spain, in the real estate world in many different capacities and doing many different things over the years. But it was personal development, specifically NLP, that really got me into loving personal development to a degree that I started working in it. But I have been very passionate. I've read all the greats, Brian Tracy, Jim Rohn, all the greats. When we had tapes, remember when you had tapes and you used to plug them in the car? Well, that's how old I am. So I was always interested in personal development, but it was NLP that really got me interested. And that happened around 17 years ago. That's what really got me interested. So that's me. Then afterwards, apart from losing my money twice, I started NLPLife Training in London, trying to start all over again, basically starting all over again, reinventing myself. I gave up real estate. I wasn't good at it. And then I got into promoting events. So 2 companies, NLPLife Training, The Best You. The Best You has a variety of brands now. The Best You Online, The Best You Magazine. We have The Best You Expo, which is our flagship event. We have now The Best You TV, Best You Legacy Club. So I've created a variety of brands. We've got a store now as well. So all these different things that The Best You does. And I'll explain a little bit more about that in a minute. Look, for all of you, this might be an incentive. Maybe this isn't an incentive, but if for all of those that you do decide to stay here till the end, I'm going to be giving you my book. Okay. It's the book, The Question. I know quite a few of you have read it. I'm giving or sharing with you the audio version of it. It might not be an incentive. It's please, Bernardo, don't give me your book. Okay. Well, anyway, listen, for those of you that want it, and I hope you do love it. I hope you do like it. It really talks about resilience, reinvention, and revolution, which are the things which I think we're really going through now. I think it's pretty current, and it's also based a little bit on what I understand the personal development world is. So I'll be giving a copy of that at the end of the presentation. I'll be sharing my link. Thank you for those that are joining us now. People from Ireland, people from Brazil. Thank you so much. So I'm the founder of The Best You, as I said. I have multiple brands. The brands, well, we've got podcasts, we've got a TV channel, we've got the magazine, we've got the Best You Expo, we have the Inspiring People Talks, The Best You Online, we have an app, And we've got a networking group, which is called the Legacy Club. And we've got other varieties of the brands like the Best Youth and so on. So that's what the Best You has done, is developed a number of things over the years. And, but look, I am going to share with you from the beginning, I have failed beautifully, absolutely beautifully. I have failed so many times. I can't tell you how many times I wanted to give up in my life. And well, look, I've been able to continue and keep going. This 100%er is a coin because that was one of my really lowest bottoms. I had a kid, my wife was pregnant, I had absolutely no money. I had a box of chocolates with 100% coins, which is equivalent to a pound coin or a dollar or whatever it was at the time. And that was my last coin. It dropped in my hand. I had no more money left, and I literally didn't know what to do. And I started working in timeshare, inviting people into timeshare resorts. And then the next week I was making like a couple of £1,000 a week. So I did manage to change that around, but you know, I have failed beautifully with so many projects in my life, but I've always had that strength, that inner resilience. And I think if anything, NLP has given me more understanding, more capacity to change the way I think, to be able to be more focused. So yes, I failed many, many times. And, but what I wanted to know, out of all of you that are here today, could you tell me, please, how many of you have heard of the Best You or the Best You Expo before today? If you have, say yes, and if you haven't, say no. It will just give me kind of a little bit of idea of, you know, who and how many. I would assume, being in our list, some of you would know. There's a couple of no's, pretty much everyone. Yes, a few more no's. Okay, great. Celia, thank you for sharing. Someone participated in the expos as well. Obviously, yes, 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 yes. We've got a lot of people saying yes. Understandably, you're in the list, but I appreciate you being here and sharing that with me. So yes, the Best You Expo was our big event, and it was our flagship event, and it came out of nowhere. I had this concept, this idea in my mind that I wanted to run basically an event where we had lots of speakers, and with all sorts of genres. And that's where I came up with this concept with the Best You Expo. And I've had, look, the pleasure of promoting many, many, many great people over the years. And these great people basically were, you know, from Paul McKenna, Jason Vale. There's just a few photos there. Dave Asprey, Jim Quick, Nina Peoples, Sharon Lecter, Les Brown, Lisa Nichols. You know, I've had the pleasure of opportunity to working with so many people. These are some numbers, 100,000. Well, 100,000 what? 100,000 people, I reckon, have attended all our events over the years. 14,000, that's the maximum amount of people I put in an event, 14,000 people, when we could go to events. Remember those days? 1,000 is the number of speakers. That's the number of speakers I promoted all these years. 15 years I've been in the business of personal development, I've been in business. Now, 37 years, you're probably thinking, well, is Bernardo 37 years old? No, I'm not. I know I look it, but I'm not 37 years old. It's 37 years I've been in business. I'm 56 at the moment, heading towards 57, I think, yes. But yes, those are my numbers. Those are some of my numbers. But I remember my first event, my first expo, which I came up with the idea of putting it together. I didn't sleep for 4 months, and I had, you know, I put so much work in. We have 55 speakers, 55 exhibitors, and I was thinking, oh my God, you know, is this going to work? People thought I was mad. I hired a big conference hall. It cost me a fortune. I'd never done anything like that before. And guess what? Well, what happened is that I had 7 people waiting outside when the doors opened, and I was panicking. It did work out. At the end, over the 3 days, we eventually had around 3,000 people. So we had a good turnout for our first event. And then my last event, which was literally this, there was a queue waiting outside to get through the door. There was around 2,500 people waiting to get in. So it was unbelievable. I was so nervous that I just couldn't believe how many people were waiting to get in. We were delayed by 20 minutes or something like that. So, you know, that's how the Best You Expo grew. And Sonia, thank you so much for saying I look good for 56. I love you very dearly. But even if that's what I've done, I've got to say to you that I've never thought that it's been enough. Everything that I've done in my life, whatever I've done, I've always thought very big. I've always thought of doing the most amazing events and putting all these big gigs together, but I've never thought it was enough. Now, even when I've had 14,000 people, and I felt very fulfilled, don't get me wrong. I know we've had an impact, we've had a bit of a ripple effect, and we've inspired people. We brought a lot of speakers together, but I never thought I've done enough. Has any of you had that feeling? You worked your socks off, you've written your books, you've done your courses, you've done everything, but are you still in that place where you think, I still don't think I've done enough? There's still so much more I could do. There's so much more I should do. Anyone? Anyone? Is it just me that I just don't feel I'm doing enough? I want to do more. I want to help more people, but I just feel that, what can I do more? I'm working really, really hard. And, you know, so I've had some good numbers and I'm very proud, but there's other days I just think, Bernardo, with love, you're just a bit of a loser. You really need to do a lot more. So that's the feeling I have. I'm so happy that a lot of you feel the same way. A lot of you have done the same thing. You know, you're obviously working very hard at what you do. You're very passionate about it. You absolutely love it, but you know, you still don't feel you want to do, you haven't done enough. So I want to thank you for being here because, you know, at the end of the day, as I said, there's lots of people registered, not a lot showed up. Again, I hope a lot of you, you know, do watch the recording at a later date, but I want to thank you for being here. So I went to the US because I had my last event in London, I had 14,000 people. I thought, I've got it covered. I'm going to go to the US, man. I'm going to expand. I'm going to show those Americans how it's done. That's what I decided to do. I'm going to go to America and I'm going to show people how it's done. And well, you know, well, basically, we all know what happened. Yes, excuse my French, the shit hit the fan, pandemic came in, and all of a sudden our lives have changed. So, and it changed obviously mine as well. We had an event scheduled in LA and we had around 12,000 people registered for that one. We had to cancel it. And, you know, all the events we've done are virtual. So I'm sure you all know, and I'm sure, you know, to a degree, people's businesses have changed. How many of you has the business changed? Has your business changed dramatically? Hey, we were doing live events. We were bringing in a couple of $1 million a year easily with our eyes relatively closed. And it's had an impact on us. So what about you guys? Total pivot? No, hasn't affected me. Yeah, no, it's all good. So just share with me. I'd love to know what you guys are feeling, how it's worked for you, what's happened to you. Yes, I'm getting total pivot. Okay, totally changed, partly changed, some of you. Okay, great. I want to share as well with you, I've got also Emilia here, Emilia Jairo. Emilia Jairo, she's also a part of my team. She's also here. Hi, Emilia. Say hello, the hola. If you wanted to connect with me or Michael at any time, any questions specifically, either now or later, please connect with them. They're going to put their email details there as well. So anyway, so I'm glad to hear that some of you, it hasn't, well, I'm not glad to hear. I'm glad for you to sharing how it's affected you. I'm happy to hear that for some of you, you didn't necessarily too much. You've managed to pivot. Some of you become more modern, more updated with the new reality. A lot of you obviously have had to go online like we all have. So, you know, kind of Janie saying totally home alone as a single mum. Con mi niñas. Yeah, Janie, absolutely. I get it. It's been an interesting journey. But my question to you, do you feel that personal development industry is on its head? Is it or not? Is it just me? Now, I know, you know, people are writing books and people are doing, but a lot of the stuff that we used to do was meeting people, engaging with people, trying to reach hundreds of thousands of people. So do you think the personal development is on its head or is it me? Because I tell you, when I started doing my first virtual expos, I understood straight away that it wasn't for me. Now, we had in our first virtual expo, which was LA, we literally took the same event that we were doing where we had 160 speakers, we took it virtually. We had 6 breakout rooms. We had around 5,000 people who registered, which was not bad. We had around 3,000 people show up, which is not bad. It wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough. It didn't excite me. Thank you, Barbara. Barbara loved the event. And I know a lot of you joined me there and you were there. And I want to thank you. But I think personally, for me, it just didn't work. I just didn't want to do all this virtual. And this is a lot of it, you know, that I'm going to be asking you. So my question to you, are live events over? Do you think they're over? Just tell me yes, no, for a while, for a year. What do you think? Are events over? Are they over? If so, till when? They're not over. Okay. You hope not. Rita, for now. Okay. No, they're not over. Not over. Okay. Not over. No, we're looking at new ones now. Not over. Okay. No. I hope. Hybrid events. Okay. I like that. I agree more with that. But online will stay. Agree. A lot of you are sharing kind of the same thing, that it's never over. Well, no, I agree with you. Listen, live events. But I tell you, people are asking me, Bernardo, when are you be doing another expo? I said, I tell you what, when Minnie Mouse and Mickey Mouse have tens of thousands of people walking around there without masks and everything else, I will start considering doing a big event again. when you can go and see LeBron James in LA, then hey, that's it. But I agree. I think at the end of the day, you know, it's going to be a hybrid. So what are you experiencing? For what you are sharing with me is obviously you've had to adapt a little bit with online. But I particularly think that the online world in particular, what we're still living now, where we're quite restricted, and I know in the US things are opening up now. I think the online events are oversaturated. I think there's just too much going on. I don't think they're necessarily productive. I'm not saying they're not beneficial. They could be beneficial, you know, because you might be collecting data. But I think people are, you know, there's just too much. There's just too much going on. And I think, you know, that I don't think that people really appreciate how much the world has changed. You know, the world has changed at such a rate that I don't really believe that we appreciate how much it's changed and the impact it's going to have. Now, I agree with a lot of you saying that live events will come back, and they will be back, but it's going to be a hybrid. It's going to be a combination of all things. But what I'm experiencing that, first of all, it will take time. It will take time. There's going to be, you know, whatever happens, the mindset of people being comfortable to be together again, you know, to have tens of thousands of people. Hey, it might be different if you've got 20 people in a room and so on, but it's going to take time. That's obviously, I think we all agree with that. You have to use the right platforms. You obviously have to use the right platforms, and ideally you have to use multiple ones. That's what I'm experiencing. That's what we're doing. Someone actually just said that, Rita was just saying here now, that there's a Zoom fatigue. Absolutely, you know, and I think we've seen all sorts of things in Zoom. You know, you've seen that lady falling asleep. You've seen that lady also in the toilet taking her phone, you know, to the toilet. God bless her. You know, you've seen people with the weirdest color backgrounds and the weirdest green screens. And, you know, it really is very, very entertaining at times, isn't it? It really, really is. And you see these people, like, you know, wearing green with no heads. I interviewed this lady who was quite pro, you know, and she had the green screen, she had the lighting and all that. And she came out with a green jumper, bless her. And all I could see was her head, and I was just cracking up laughing. And, you know, we had to wait for her to get changed. So it's been very entertaining. And there's definitely an information overload. I think there's too many, with love, there's too many people out there, especially the speakers that were never accessible. They're too accessible now. You can see everyone and anyone everywhere on all the events. It's just kind of like, for me, it's just been, I got that from the beginning. But one of the things I will say to a lot of you, and that's kind of what I've always tried to do with my events, is make sure that the quality of the events was really high. But I've got to say is that what I've realized is that people have relatively low standards, okay? With love. And I appreciate it's a new world, it's a new industry, we're not used to it. But hey, we've been doing this for quite some time. But I feel that we have to up our game, you know? People have to up their game. You have to have the right camera. You have to have the right lighting. You have to have the right green screen. You know, you have to have the right material. You have to prepare yourself and present yourself professionally, because this is here to stay. Although we might want live events to come, it's going to be a combination of hybrid. Not everyone was going to want to travel. You might not want to travel. You might want to speak at an event virtually. So, you know, I think we all have to up our game. What I've been experiencing is the overload, the fatigue, but also is that a lot of people have relatively low standards. You know, they just don't really present or, you know, come across professionally enough. Excuse me. So what we've obviously started doing is, even with our virtual expos, we had green screens, we had people standing, you know, they were presenting in a manner or in a way that was, you know, better quality than a lot of the stuff that we've seen out there. So one of the things that as I said, for me, it's about upping your game. And you also have to keep people engaged. It's very, very difficult to keep people engaged, you know, especially when it's online. And I've got some very interesting data and some very interesting information to share with you in a minute. But you have to keep people engaged. But, you know, the most important thing, I think, is about being different. One of the things I've always wanted to do in whatever I've done in my life is being different. I'm not interested in doing what everyone else is doing. I'm not saying that it could be appealing and it could be interesting, but I always want to find out where are the niches. I want to find out what are the new trends. It's like getting in crypto 5 years ago. Well, it was more appealing. You would have made more money, if you would have got in it 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 4 years ago, if you would have got into electric vehicles, if you would have got into, new technologies. I've been using Zoom for a long, long time. So it's about being different. It's about standing out. And that's kind of what I hope I am going to bring you here today, to do something different, which brings me to kind of what we've been doing. And what we've been doing, and before I do get into what we've been doing, I kind of want to give you some interesting details. Now, I think some of you might have heard of this company, Netflix. Have you? Yes. Well, they were ahead of the game, and they've been ahead of the game for a long, long, long time. And, if you look at the expansion of Netflix from 2011, who are these guys? Where are they coming from? What are they doing? Well, look at them from 2011 to 2023. They reckon it's going to be 400 million subscribers paying what, $17? They're doing okay, aren't they? And now if you look at the amazing production that Netflix does, it's just phenomenal. So, they were ahead of the game. They were being different. They stood out. They invested and started doing something that no one else was necessarily doing at that time. But there's obviously now other platforms. There's Roku. There's Fire, Amazon Fire. There's, Apple. Roku has, I think it's around 60 million subscribers now. Amazon has 96.5 million. I don't know if you heard today, but Amazon has bought MGM Studios for $9.4 billion. So now they're buying a film studio to produce films. So I think Jeff Bezos is a bit serious about TV. I've got some very interesting information to give you about that. Then obviously Apple TV with, over 160 million people, I think, now that have Apple TV, and also obviously with the iOS phones, which we're talking about billions of people, and then Google Play. So these are all players, big brands, big companies spending a lot of money on being on TV. Okay, they're being on TV. So if that is what the biggest companies are doing, let me ask you now. I'm not the biggest, smartest guy in the room. I've never have been, but I'm just saying is I love exploring and modeling and learning from the people that are doing well. That's what I want to be doing. So if the biggest companies are doing this, and they're doing this for documentaries, if they're doing this for shows, if they're doing this for entertainment, and we are the smart people, we're in personal development, we're educating and changing the world. Shouldn't we be following? Please tell me yes, Bernardo, no, Bernardo. Should we be following? Yes or no? Tell me, because I want to know if I'm going mad. Because I started seeing this so clearly. I've seen it for a long time, but obviously with COVID, with the pandemic, it just made it very, very clear. When I was starting looking at a Zoom event, virtual event, hundreds of thousands of people trying to do 100 virtual events at the moment, and I thought, what else could I do differently? This got my attention. This obviously got my attention. So, and these are some other interesting facts for you. So did you know that the TVs that these guys are creating, the way TV is moving towards Amazon, Apple, Roku, Google, it will be interactive. It will be interactive, that basically you'll be able to interact in a live show. You'll be able to engage. You'll be able to buy products. The future TV is to be immersive. You immerse yourself into something. When you decide to watch a film, you decide to watch a documentary, you sit down. You might have your phone in your hand, but you sit down and you focus on it. So it's immersive. Future TV is shoppable. You can't even imagine what Jeff Bezos and Amazon is preparing with TV. So basically you can interact and buy the products there and then as you see them on TV. People watch, and they watch what they want to watch when they want to watch it. Why is Netflix working? Because that's the way it is. You see, you, me, I, us, we might want people to watch our event live right now because we're watching it live now. But guess what? Out of the 250 people that registered here today, only a fraction of you showed up. Why? Because the other people are going to watch it when they want to watch it, when they want to watch it. Now they've registered and they will watch it, but they're not watching it now. And that's the same with everything that's happening in TV. So these are obviously interesting and valuable facts. Please tell me, are you still with me? Are you still with me? Are you all still with me? Yes? Okay, good. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, great. Because if not, I'll stop, but I will continue. So, some interesting facts as well. TV versus internet. TV keeps people attention. Thank you, thank you, thank you for saying yes, yes, yes. Thank you. So TV versus internet. Well, TV keeps people's attention. It's KPA. When watching TV, you make one decision every 30 to 120 minutes. You know, you don't go like in the old days when you just go from channel to channel to channel, because you know what you're going to watch. You pick a show, you pick a movie, and then boom, you lean back. It's easy. You watch it. But when you're surfing the web because you've got a Zoom webinar, or you've got a Facebook Live, or you're going to go onto Facebook, then you're going to go onto the other Instagram account or the other Instagram. Basically, you spend 10 to 120 seconds. You leave or say that page, you leave, you go. That's it. That's TV versus internet. Now, I don't have to tell you about online education. I think you will know how the growth of online education has gone, obviously, especially in these times. It was already growing ridiculously, but look at where it's going to go. It's going to be around $420 billion in the future. So, you know, the growth of online education, again, learning what you want to learn when you want to learn it is obviously a reality. So the new is not new because it's been around for quite some time, but it is now. It's now. It's not in 6 years' time. No, it's now. There's never been a better opportunity than that. So the questions are, how can you be different in promoting your brand? How can you? What can you do differently? Everyone's got Instagram, everyone's got Facebook, everyone's got a webpage. Not everyone has, okay? I know you NLPers are saying that's a universal quantifier, Bernardo. Not everyone does. Okay, I get that. But I'm saying pretty much everyone has a web page, everyone has an Instagram, everyone has a Facebook, everyone has a LinkedIn profile. Everyone, pretty much. Okay, so it's difficult to stand out. How do you stand out? How do you stand out? How do you stand out? You see, that was Jim Rohn there. So how do you tap into a new market? How do you tap into a new market? Charmaine Barber, you don't watch TV? Oh, well, Charmaine, I bless you. I don't necessarily watch a lot of TV, but I watch what I want to watch when I want to watch it. But there are hundreds of millions of people watching it. There's more than 350 million people watching TV, and there's more than, I don't know how many billions of people also that have the potential opportunity now to watch TV on their phones. So, you know, it's, but the bottom line is that, how do you stand out? How do you tap into a new market? How do you tap into a new market? Well, the answer is you get on TV. So if you've got all that stats and all that information, all that data, would it not be interesting to potentially be involved in TV? And the answer should be yes. So, and let me explain why. Look, I think live events, will never be the same. I've already shared that. I think it will be a combination of a hybrid event in the future. I do think events will come back. It's going to take time, but it will come back. But I think there will always be a hybrid now. I think speakers would potentially, you see, I was sharing with my friend David Fagan the other day. We were talking about potentially I could get a phenomenal talent now, a phenomenal talent that would maybe charge me tens of thousands of dollars to show up in my event. And I could probably pay him a very, very small amount for him to come and spend 20 minutes and do it virtually, remotely at home and be present in my hybrid event. So I believe that live events will come back. I believe there's going to be a combination of hybrid. I believe a lot of people will now consider staying at home when in the past it wasn't even an option. So I think, you know, the future is like that. But what I'm also planning and doing is making sure that we stream our events. We stream our events on television. So it's not only about running an event, which is a hybrid, which gives people the potential opportunity to be there, to potentially watch it remotely. And the third thing is to be able to watch it on TV. Okay, that's where we're going as promoters, but also as producers of content. So basically, there's opportunities here for partnerships. Now, I assume and hope you all understand what a partnership means, but a partnership means it's something that we both do together, something that we can help each other out. I can help you, you can help me. We can work together. So it's about finding the ways of how we can find that ways of working together. And I'm going to be naming some names here today of people that are already doing this. Okay, so this is not new, but I've got some data here again. And if some of you would like this presentation, I'm more than happy to share it. You could just put your email in there, or contact Michael or Emilia, and they will share the presentation with you. But basically, this is an industry which is worth, millions of dollars, billions of dollars. And the well-being industry is simply growing exponentially. So the market is there to be taken. We've talked about, obviously, the reach with the different platforms. Roku is a phenomenal platform. The Roku is a phenomenal platform where you could target market who you would want to target, who you would want people to see your show, the same as you could do on Facebook. I know some of you are sharing your email there. If you want to request the presentation, please make sure you put your email in there and we will forward it on to you. So the reach is phenomenal through all these different platforms. The way that people could get involved is you could become a founder. You could become a founder. You could become one of the decision makers of the Best You. You might want to get involved in creating documentaries and programs and shows and also the most amazing, exciting things that we're doing. I'm creating a phenomenal network of people that are founders of the Best You TV, and we will be creating together and directing together the opportunities for everyone to be able to get involved in creating the future of well-being, the future of a well-being television channel where every brand that's well-being, CBD, nutrition, weight loss, anyone and everyone that has something to share that's inspirational and educational could get involved. And that's kind of what I'm doing with my founders. You could become a partner. You might have a network of people you work with, coaches, people that you've published their books. So if you have a network of people, let's partner. Let's find those people that you know that might want to get involved in television. We could stream your event. If you're a seminar promoter, my friend, if you're a seminar promoter, speak to me because we need to stream your event on television. We could show you ways where you could not only create ticket sales, but also you could bring exponentially so much more revenue through sponsorship, through advertising, because now your event is on television, en la televisión. That's the difference. So you could stream your event. You could sponsor one of our shows. You could sponsor one of our channels. You could sponsor things. You could get featured on one of our TV shows. You could get featured. And the most exciting, beautiful thing, you could own your own TV channel. Mario, I'm going to say you because you're a character. You're a very, very good looking Italian man, obviously from Rome. And you can have the Mario Caputo channel. I mean, seriously, who would not want to watch the Mario Caputo channel? So anyone and every one of you, Felisa, Daniela, Julia, any one of you could have your own TV channel. 30 episodes. So there's so many opportunities for each and every one of you to get involved. As I said, Roku gives you the opportunity for you to be able to promote your own show on Roku. You could target people. I want male, women, boys, girls. I want these type of people to watch my show. And literally they will click on your ad and they come and watch it. You could target 60 million people like no one else could. So you're targeting people, you're standing out, you're being different. These are the demographics of Roku. I can share that with you as well. So what is there on the TV channel now? Well, on the TV channel, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of content. How do you find it? Well, you just got to have an Apple TV, or you got to have a Roku, or you got to have an Amazon Stick or Google Play, and you can just literally find it. This is how you find an Amazon Fire. So an Amazon Fire, you go to the App Store, this little icon here. You then find the Best You TV. You see that little icon there? That's the Best You TV. The same as you see Netflix and Masterclass. You click on it and boom, all the content's there, together with all these big boys. Or if you have an Apple TV, you go to the App Store, the same as you go on your phone, you find the Best You TV, and you can find it on your phone right now. Go to your phone, not now, don't do it now. Don't do it now, okay? But you could go and find it on your phone later. We can share the links with you. We will share the links with you. If you're interested in finding the channels, we will share them with you at the end of the presentation, or just tell us, please send me the links for the TV connection. So we'll send you the deck and we'll send you all this apart from my presentation here later. Anyone and everyone that have registered and put your contact details in there. So you could find the app on the App Store, you could find the App Store on Apple TV, and you can find it. So once you find it, what happens is that then you just literally start looking at the content. The same as you see on Netflix, you've got all the playlists, you can see the Best You Expo, you can see the Inspiring People Talks, you can see the Bernardo Moya show, you can see Fabrizio Mancini show, and you can see so many other shows that are coming. But as I said, you could stream your event. You could stream your event. Game changer. This is so exciting. Our shows, what we're doing is we're literally putting these little banners at the end, the PNGs, and they just pop up. They little pop up, and it's got, hey, download my book. So if you just put your phone in there now on this presentation and you scan on the QR code, boom, it's going to take you to my book, or it's going to take you to the TV channel. We do this for all our shows. We do these for our channels. So it's so entertaining, so engaging, because people are watching your show and all of a sudden, boom, bam, they're landing on your page. So it's interactive. They don't have to go or search anywhere. They don't have to type anything. And we have already lots of channels. So we got Dr. Fabrizio Mancini, we got the Inspiring People Talks, NLPLife Talks for the NLPers in the community, Inspiring People Interviews, we got the Expo Live. We've got so much great content. This is a little commercial. Let me know, please, if you can hear it. This is a quick video we did for the Best You TV. Just let me know if you can hear it.
The Best You TV, a TV channel with only the best business leaders and influencers ready to help you rise to the top. Available now on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, and Google Play. Learn and grow from in-depth interviews, documentaries, inspirational talks, and motivational masterclasses from the world's biggest thought leaders, speakers, teachers, authors, coaches, and highly successful business gurus. The Best You TV is now live.
So that's just a very quick commercial we can do. We've got a production team. We've got all sorts of people that can help anyone and getting involved. But what are we producing right now? Because, hey, we've got people creating channels for us. We've got people creating content for us. We've got people having their own shows coming and being produced. But we are producing a number of content, a number of things. One of them is the Best Series. And I've got a couple of friends here today that are joining me here today that are featured in the Best Series. I'm going to show them. But this is a very quick, little 30-second to give you a little feel, a little taster of the Best Series. People from all over the world are seeking inspiration, looking for answers, looking for ways to become the best version of themselves. And the Best You is launching in 2021 the Best TV series, a place where we will feature the best speakers, coaches, authors, and mentors. Leaders in their own rights, innovators, influencers, inspirers of the 21st century. Coming soon to the Best You TV. So that's the series that we're producing right now. We've already got more than 12, 15 episodes. Sorry, we've got around 20 odd episodes already filmed. We're just in the process of editing. It's going to be live on the Best You TV in the next probably 3 to 4 weeks. So we've got the best authors, the best mentors, the best speakers, the best coaches. Now, basically what I'm doing is I'm interviewing people, I'm highlighting them, and we're playing their commercials, we're putting call to actions, and I'm saying how amazing they are. And I've got a couple of them here, people that are joining me here that are already featured in this new show that we're launching on the Best You TV, which obviously had to be called the best coaches, the best speakers, the best authors, the best mentors. And these are some of them. These are just some of them. So we have Ana Teresa Dengo Arifanis, which is an international speaker. We've got the famous Dr. Cheryl Wood. I'm sure you must have heard of her. Erika Faye, who I interviewed last week. She's a sports coach, phenomenal. Pablo Rosero. Barbie Layton, my lovely, beautiful Barbie Layton, who is here joining us today. Barbie has spoken at the Best You Expo. She's highlighted also as a speaker on the Best Speaker Series. We've got Christopher. Christopher's also here. Christopher Lembeke. Thank you, Christopher, for being here. Thank you, Barbie. And well, they're featured. We got Daryl Stern, Fiona Campbell, who was here as well. Fiona's also, she's featured on the Best Coaches, and she's obviously an NLP master trainer. Gabrielle, Judy, Nina Magic. We've got Smita Joshi, a phenomenal powerhouse. Now, there's a question mark that says, what does it say there? You? Oh, that's what it says. Yes. Is there a question mark? Yes. Is it you? Could it be you? Well, it could be if you applied and if you're interested in being featured, if you're interested in being on TV. And Barbie, obviously, additionally to that, is going to have her own channel. And her program is called You Are Amazing. And it's an amazing show because it's Barbie, who is amazing, and the show is amazing. And she's interviewing the top leaders, Vishen Lakhani. She's going to be interviewing Ken Honda. And put some of the names there, Barbie, because you're interviewing some amazing people. And I am so excited about your channel being live as soon as possible. So thank you, Barbie. so, but look, we've got that, and then we've got the inspiring people, which are people. So this I started filming in studios and live in studios in London when we could connect and meet. I've interviewed so many great people over the years. I've been blessed with that, and you know, that's season 1 gone, and now I'm filming season 2 remotely. So if you are an inspiring person, you might not be under the best coaches, speakers, authors, mentors. You might be more of an entrepreneurial background, and you've got a story that would apply, and obviously I would find appealing and interesting. Well, then we could feature you too. Obviously, you have to appreciate and understand there is an investment in these things, because you know, we're not an NGO, but we will provide you a phenomenal interview, show, documentary, infomercial, highlighting, promoting, and creating things, and with love. And I mean this with love. I think what we provide is probably the best that a lot of the speakers that we're working with at the moment have ever had, because, you know, our standards are really high. We help people create the content, produce things, and whatever it is that they need. I'm also creating this show, which we're just literally how to learn from the best. This is just literally training from world leaders. So if you're a standout leader that has a phenomenal expertise, and you've got a big profile, and you feel that you could teach people, well, we've got this new TV show called How to Learn from the Best, also going to be launched in the next 3 months. So additionally to that, you know, people, you know, that are featured on the Best series, you know, we have all sorts of great people that are already involved. And this is some of my founders, you know. Well, I'm a founder, obviously, because I'm the founder of The Best You. But Fabrizio Mancini, you know, he's America's #1 health living media expert, very well connected. He's got a great show already live on The Best You TV, Thriving in the New Normal. And but you know, he's interviewed so many great people. He's interviewed he's interviewed so many great people over the years, and his show, he's got Nick Vujicic, he's got Lisa Nichols, Les Brown, Jack Canfield, all many great people. Doria Cordova, a phenomenal, beautiful, lovely soul. Her brand is called Money and You. She worked with Robert Kiyosaki for many years. Phenomenal contacts all over the world. So Doria is also one of my founders. We've got Nicola Smith Jackson, who is a powerhouse, who teaches people financial independence. So she's one of my founders. She's also going to have our show coming up soon. Mas is one of my founders, Mas Sadaji. Mas has a brand that's called Exponential Intelligence. He has more than 1.5 million people, followers on Facebook. He's got his show coming too, which is coming soon in the next, literally, I think in the next 3 to 4 weeks. We're very excited about that. And then I'm also very excited, delighted, honored to have David T. Fagan, who's also one of the founders. You know, one brings so much expertise and so much knowledge to everything that we do. So these are my founders, you know, and obviously we're looking, not founders is a little bit by invitation. There is an investment, but it is a little bit by invitation. It's not for everyone, because we won't accept everyone. We can't accept everyone. So, sorry, I just didn't want the sneeze to be on the live feed. So that's what happened. So excuse me, I'm going to go back to the presentation, and what's happened there? Okay. There we go. All right. So sorry. So we have many founders. We have, you know, a great, massive channel, and we got loads more people coming soon, you know, and for those of you that think, oh, well, you know, the TV is very complicated. I have no idea how I could create a TV show, how I could come up with a script, how I could come up with anything or everything. Well, don't worry. We got it covered. We got it absolutely covered, from video editors, copywriting, script writing, editing, production, location managers, TV producers and directors. And I'm talking top of the top. I mean, we got from obviously lower budgets to really extremely high budgets. We got people that have worked on on CNN and BBC, producing world-class documentaries, Emmy Award winners. We've got phenomenal people that provide us the expertise that we need for some of you, or those of you that need the help to create a program. If you want to get involved in any of our shows, hey, it's all taken care of. You just literally need to rock up. So what we're looking first of all for leaders and visionaries, people that want to count. I have to tell you, and I mean this with the deepest love and respect, and I've said this before, us people in the personal development world, we need to up our game. Okay, the next 3 to 5 years, I think this market could explode. and there's never been a time where people need more the expertise that we have. Never. There's never, because there's been 2 years of very hard times for so many people all around the world, and we need to reach more people. So I'm interested in creating events and creating and having a channel where I could reach hundreds of thousands, millions of people, and then billions of people. I'm really not interested in trying to reach 50 people, 60 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, 14,000 people. It doesn't interest me anymore. So that's why I've come up with a TV channel. That's why I'm looking for partners. That's why I'm looking for people that are leaders, people that can see how much sense it makes. Please, if Google, if Apple, if Roku, if Amazon, who just spent 9.4 billion today to buy a TV studio, a film studio, if these guys are putting so much money, the future is television, okay? The future is television. You need to stand out. You need to be able to have on your webpage as seen on, and have a documentary, have a show, have episodes. And trust me, it can be exactly the same as what I'm doing here now. You just need production, you need a script, you need the right equipment, and you can create phenomenal, inspiring content. And then obviously when things open, you can record in a studio, you can record in a great, beautiful looking house, and you can interview people from all over the world. And it doesn't require budget. And guess what? Get a sponsor, get 4 sponsors that can pay for it. If you need funding, we've got funding. We can help you with the finance. And now the only thing that could come up in your head still is I still can't do it. And that's because it's called excusitis. Has anyone heard of excusitis, please? Can you say yes, no? Has anyone heard of the word excusitis? It's actually no, it's a word, but it's also kind of like a, yes, excusitis. It was on the book, Dr. Schwartz, Thinking Big. And basically he talks about that it's a disease that can be passed from people to people, and it's because they literally come up with excuses of the reasons why they can't. There is no excuse, okay? This, you could literally have your own interview. You could be featured on TV for the same budget that you would spend on a web page, or you would spend on an average crap with love Facebook campaign. So it really isn't an issue. You could have a channel and you could get yourself 4 or 5 sponsors. We can show you or tell you how. You know, there's just so many ways that you can make this happen. But we're looking for leaders, visionaries. Some of you, and a lot of you do know Richard Bandler, Dr. Richard Bandler. And I loved the question that someone asked him. And they said to him, he said, Dr. Richard, Dr. Bandler, have you ever worked with blind people? And Richard said, yes, every day. So it's the same, you know, it's the same. I felt myself alone a lot of the times when I'm doing these things, because I'm thinking, am I completely mad? Have I completely lost it? But I really believe that this is the future. I really think that this is where we need to be. And I would like you to join me on this very exciting, interesting, amazing journey of being on television, because you can. So look, I'm ahead of time. I obviously speak very fast. Did I speak too fast? Tell me yes or no. Did I speak too fast? Okay, now I've got a quick poll here. Thank you. I'm going to go through some of the comments. I know there's some questions here. Thank you. No, it's fine. No. Okay, a bit. Marco Capito. But okay, thank you, Marco. But you're Italian, Marco. How can you tell me I speak fast when you're Italian? I know how you Italians speak. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Thank you. There's a poll here I'm going to put, which is questions. Okay, what I shared, and this is it's just a poll that's in progress at the moment. Do you agree or not? Are you interested in finding out more? So you could just answer those polls there. Thank you. Now I'm going to stop the camera in a minute. So I'll come straight back to you, and you can ask me any questions you want. Julia, thanks. Great visions. Congratulations. Thank you. Excusitis. Someone didn't hear it, but it's their favorite word. It says you can't keep a good man down as long as he or she stays flexible to roll with the punches. Yes, absolutely. Rose, thank you. Loving this, Bernardo. Thank you. Can we suggest names? Of course you can. If you have any names or anyone that you would like to bring forward. Now, Michael, would you mind please putting your contact details there again? Michael Salter. He's going to put his email there. He's going to put his 15-minute free consultation. Let me just tell you, it's a free 15-minute consultation. There's no charge. Okay. Talk to the man. He's a phenomenal guy. Barbie, all my clients have spoken to Michael. Everyone loves Michael because he is just a great helper. He loves what we're doing. And Rose, no, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I've got the link here if you want it. I'm going to be sharing at the moment my book. So what we're looking for speakers is content providers and expert partners. That's what we're looking for. Here, if you wanted to download the book. Oh, here we are again. Sorry. Excuse me. Okay, cool. Sorry. That's a little bit. So you can download the kits here. I'm going to just share that I'm going to share that. You can contact us. I've got a form here as well. I know Michael has put it in, but I'm going to put that. That's a contact page for us. That's how you can also apply for the Best TV series. Okay, you can apply for that. Michael, on the right-hand side, or Emilia, on the right-hand side, there's 3 little dots. You can download the chat there, where the chat is, right on the right-hand side, 3 little dots. You can download it, and any of you can as well, if you wanted to. And this is my book, okay? This is a book, The Question. So if any of you have your phone out now, this is how it works on the Best You TV, boys and girls. Just get your phone out. Get your phone out. If you go to Safari, you can just literally, it will come up, boom, it will scan it. If you haven't got a QR code reader, it will do it automatically from Safari. And which meeting do I book? Michael's actually just put his, if you go up a bit further up on the chat, Rita, you can see that Michael's put his contact, but I'm sure he'll put it in again for his contact 15-minute consultation there, okay? Please, if you found this interesting, if you think that there's an opportunity for us to be able to work together, if you think that at the end of the day, you know, this could be something that's for you. And I know some of you are putting your hands up. I know a lot of you have questions, and I'm more than excited with the opportunity to discuss them with you now. But in the meantime, please just make sure that you connect with us. Okay. Michael has just put his contact there again with his email and his appointment. He's free 15-minute. Maria, thank you so much. Barbie, thank you so much. Please, if you want, as I said, there's a slide. Let me know if you've already downloaded or taken the scan of the book. Again, that's where you can scan it. That's how you can literally get, it's the audiobook of The Question. I've shared also on the chat previously how you can contact us. Here it is. If you wanted it again, you can go to the Best You TV, contact us. But the best thing is connect with Michael. Michael's put his contact details, his appointment in there. Gail, thank you so much. You've got the book. Great. Thank you. Fiona, you scanned it. Great. Thank you. I'm on the phone now. Can I scan? Yes, of course you can. Let me just go back to you, Louisa. I'm loving this. You guys are so interactive. Listen, can I say this to you? But please don't tell anyone. Okay, this is really, really, really important. You can't tell anyone. This is the best webinar group I've had ever. Okay, ever in my life. And I'm 57. Okay, you are the best group I've ever had. But don't tell anyone. And this might be recorded and some people might know. But please, if you're watching the recording, don't tell anyone either. But no, thank you. I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate how interactive you've been. Yes, Barbara. Yes, I was just saying that, you know, all of you have been my favorite. And Luisa, I hope you've scanned it now. Marco, so great for you to be here. That's the contact details again. I know some of you raised your hands. I'm going to be asking some questions. Please, if there's any specific questions you have for me right now, just type them in. Just type them in right now, and I know some of you raised your hand. I know some of you put some in the questions and answers. I just want to make sure that you've got the book. I want to make sure that you've got the links there from Michael. I'm going to now go back. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Just these are my details. If you wanted, Bernardo-moya.com, thebestyou.co. Please follow me on Instagram. I'm still here for a little while, but I just want to say for those of you that do have to leave, thank you, Eugenio. Paul Schumann, how long is the audiobook? It's around, it's a great question, actually. I think it's around 8 hours or so, 6 hours. It's around 6-7 hours, yes. Felisa raised a hand by accident. Okay, no problem. What is the password for the book? Once you register for it, it will send you an email. It will come into your inbox and then you'll get the password, okay? And if you do have any issues with this, send an email to info@thebestyou.co. But once you scan it, you put your contact details in, it will send you an email with a password, and then you can log in and watch it, okay? So I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to see who's asked me some questions. I know there's quite a few that asked me some questions here. Some of you, Carmen Segura, you are clever. Thank you. I'll take that. I'll take that. I know some of you have ask me some questions. The poll is already. So I'm just going to read you the poll. So 82% of you agree with me. The question was, what I shared or what Bernardo shared today, do you agree? Yes, 83%. 9% say no, and 9% say maybe. Hey, love, kudos, respect. Interested in finding out more? 60% of you say yes, 14% of you say no, and 26% of you say maybe. Don't be maybes. Yes, do it. Bernardo style, loved it, 60%, good, 29%, could be improved, 11%, I'll take it, and not sure. Okay, I've got no sures. I love that too. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Michael, I just want to double check on the right-hand side. You've downloaded the chat. If not, I will do it myself. Save chat. Okay, cool. I've done it. And what else was I going to say? Questions, please. Anyone has any questions? Would you like to put it on the chat? Natalie, do you have any or many partners already in Canada? Are you open to also having French content? Yes, great question, Natalie. We don't actually have anyone in Canada at the moment, but it is an international platform. So we do get people from all over the world. We've got a lot of people in Europe. We have a lot of people in the UK as well. So the answer is, we're open to anyone and everyone. Yes, as far as content, we already have content in Spanish. We're looking at creating a Best You TV in Spanish. So we'll have the Best You TV English, Best You Spanish, and obviously we're happy to have in French. We'll probably have subtitles as well. So yes, to having it in multiple languages. So let me just see who else. Any other questions? Please put the questions in the chat if you don't mind. I have not downloaded the chat. Okay, don't worry, I've done it, Michael. So if any of you would like to ask me any questions, please put it on the chat. Do you have to pay to be on your platform if you have a show already? Sonia, anyone and everyone that wants to be either featured in one of the shows or wants to have content has to pay. There's an investment, but it really depends on what the content is. I have done deals, obviously, where we're looking for content that we thought was very high standards, and obviously we were happy maybe to consider it, to put it in, and we partnered. And sometimes they would find a sponsor, or sometimes we've done it complimentary. But generally, there is an investment involved, okay? And it also depends on what you want. There's very low entry levels to very high levels where you would pay, but again, even the highest level, 35, 50 grand, but we're talking about a lot less money if you were interested in getting involved. But again, please explain your case to us and let's have a free 15-minute consultation. Michael has shared, he's there as well. Iginio, thank you so much. Okay. Yes, next steps, be on a call with Michael. Next steps is go to the contact page, bestyou.tv. You can go to the contact us and there's a little form in there. You can download decks, you can contact us, you can fill in the form and we'll be in touch. Donald, please, if any of you are having any issues with the book, it really is a technical issue, there's nothing else, just send an email to info@thebestyou.co, info@thebestyou.co, and I'll have a look into it. And if not, I'll send you the link directly myself, okay? But it should work, and check your spam would be my only requirement, but don't worry about it, Donald, we'll make sure we get it to info@thebestyou.co if you have any issues. Any other questions, anyone? We're literally on the hour. I've got to say, I think this is, I was right on the time here. No, it's actually bestyou.co, not com, info@thebestyou.co. I'll type it here, info@thebestyou.co. That is the, in case you have any issues with the book. I've shared already I think that's the form for the best series. If you're interested in getting involved in the Best You TV series, if you wanted to find out more about, again, I insist, please ideally contact Michael, but if you wanted to talk with us or you wanted to download any of our kits that we have available for you, you just simply go here. There's the link as well. And Queen Victoria of Sheba, thank you. You've just joined. Well, listen, I will be sharing the recording. I know a lot of you have put your contact details in there on the chat. For those of you that have requested either the presentation or any of our kits to be sent to you, we will be emailing it to you. We'll be contacting you. And for any of you that would like to have a free 15-minute consultation, Michael's put his details in there. Okay. So if there's no other questions, please, if there's no other questions, Natalie, thank you. I want to thank each and every one of you. I want to thank pretty much everyone that was here. And I know nearly all of you stayed all the way through. So that was good for me. I really appreciate you all. I want to thank you all very much. And I hope to see you soon. And I hope that we are speaking. I hope you speak to Michael. And I hope that we can connect and take it further. Thank you so much. Lots of love. May the best be with you. Take care. Lots of love, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, keep on. I love keep on. Keep on keeping on. Love it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Un abrazo, Marco. Ciao. Ciao, everyone. Paul Schumann. Thank you. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Good to have you here, Paul. Thank you.